All right. Thank you for tuning into the Turnbuckle Tapes. I am Liam, and I'm here with my tag team partner,
Kyle.
Yeah.
And I hail from the Mall of America from the first Monday Night Nitro.
Hell yeah. Wait, you stopping at any shops, Kyle?
Yeah, we stopped at Sparrow for a slice.
Yeah.
And then we went over and we got some video cassettes of Monday Night Raw at the Suncoast Video. And then we might follow it up with a stop at KB Toy Store.
Hell yeah. We are here blessed with our special guest here today, Referee Shawn.
Hey, Sean, camera.
Am I
Look at the camera.
looking the right way?
Straight. Look straight.
Straight. Am I
there
straight now?
There you go. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Over here.
No. Over, Sean.
Left.
Sean, buddy. Hey, look straight.
Are we straight now?
You go. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay, good.
Very good.
Good.
Best ref in the business.
It's hard being a blind ref. It's hard out here. I don't know about best ref. You're too kind. I don't know about that. Definitely the best blind ref in the business. That's for sure.
I would definitely agree.
Ref in the business.
You get upfront parking, a handicap placard.
I can't drive, so I assume I get the ability to park up front, but I don't know. Sometimes I have to walk farther to these venues than I do at other places, so I'm guessing half the time the parking spot for the handicapped is available, and the other half the time I'm having to use the cane to get to the venue.
Hell yeah. So, Sean, for those that don't know, you currently train at Next Level, correct?
I do currently train at Next Level. I'm currently training at Next Level Pro Wrestling. I've been there for about a year now. It's called the Pro Wrestling Academy. It's been through some changes before I got there. I am unaware of whatever happened beforehand. I've been there since October. I've trained under Tony Vargas, El Flaco Loco, Big Ugly, taught some classes, but mainly lately it's been Tony Vargas and Godfather of Swole running our classes. We train 3 days a week. We're there Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 8, and then Sundays from 10 to 12, except for the nights, the Sundays after we have a show, like this coming the 26th of October. So tonight we have a show, and tomorrow we will not have training since we have a show.
So you guys just take the off day after shows?
Pretty much, just take the off day.
Oh yeah. So how long have you been training? Earlier when we were talking, you said you were training about a year so far?
Yeah, about a year so far. But my history in pro wrestling goes way back than the actual training I've had. I go back to when TWF was in its backyard days, when it was Tracy Wrestling Federation, not Total Wrestling Federation. Back when it was on Access Sacramento right after Monday Night Raw, every Monday night. I remember the summer of 2002. Every time Monday Night Raw would end, I would be watching Total Wrestling Federation on Channel 18 for an hour right before the Naked Preacher Lady came on, which was fucking weird. But anyways, yeah, exactly, dude. Ask G-Spot or Christina Von Eerie about the Naked Preacher Lady, and they'll have fucking stories for you. The Access Sacramento was nuts. Anyways, I would watch this show, and it's just, I found out these guys are local. These guys are just like me, just wanting to be out there, tape a thing, and do something cool. And then I went out to one of their tapings, which snowballed into me ending up helping put on a live show for TWF, which became Rio Mania 1. That was my senior high school project, and that's the reason I graduated high school. I was in and out of TWF from then, probably about 2003, 2004, and then back again from 2006 to 2008. And then recently, about a year and 4 months ago, Landon Ramos came back, or he came back a year and a half ago, came back to TWF. He asked me back out to refereeing. I was like, well, you're out of your mind. I'm not. No. I was like, no. And then some life events happened, and my opinion on it changed. And then I was like, all right, I'll get back into it. And then I found out, TWF wasn't the backyard place I left it in 2007, 2008. We'd run shows at the Colonial, And every match was like, I'm getting my shit in. Every match goes 25 fucking minutes.
Fuck yeah.
Now it's completely different. What really motivated me to go back into training and get good for this was realizing that fucking TWF booked Stephan Bonner, former UFC fighter that has like one of the craziest fights ever against Forrest Griffin. And I was like, holy shit, what has happened? This is not the place I left behind. So I was like, I have to take it serious. If I'm going to do this, I have to take it serious. And so I got myself back into training. I've done kickboxing and jiu-jitsu training throughout, for like on and off for the last 10 years at Uriah Faber's Ultimate Fitness. That's where he trains all of the team alpha male guys. So I like having that knowledge and then seeing that cross over into the world I left behind. I was like, this is fucking different. I need to take this serious.
Hell yeah. So it sounds like you've definitely been involved with TWF for a while. Like what are some of the biggest changes that you've noticed from like the backyard days to, to today, and like how it's different, like more specifics?
TWF is like a legit indie now. Back in the day, it was just like whoever showed up is who we have, and we'll fucking make a show out of it. And a lot of also TWF back in the day was working with logistics, which is completely different now because we're inside buildings. We're running Colonial Theater. We're running VWF halls. Back in the day when we were backyarding, this is my favorite backyarding story. We're in this like just down out hood of a neighborhood in like South Sac. And we set up the ring, and because of the light, we decided to run a death match first. And like, there's probably 100 people from the neighborhood show up while like 3 people are beating the shit out of each other with light tubes, jumping off the roof and shit. And so that's cool and all, right? That's great. But we went to do wrestling matches after doing the death match because we had the light for the death match, and it's starting to get dark. Everyone left. No one cared. So there's that big change. Like I said, the TWF is a legitimate indie now. Like we were running Colonial when it was still quote unquote backyard, and now it's completely different. It's night and day. Like I said, when we were running Colonial back in the day, matches were I'm gonna get my shit in, go 20-25 minutes. We'd have 9 matches on the card. The show would start at 7. We weren't out till 12:30. Like
holy shit.
Yeah, they were fucking nuts back in the day. It was great for Jake because he got a fucking month of TV out of it.
Definitely get a lot of contact. There was something I saw on. It was actually I think it was probably during the backyard days. I think it was on G Spot's Instagram. But like he did like a leg drop off the fucking rafters too.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, he broke his fucking tailbone.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. That was like a 17 foot drop. I remember that specific venue. It's in Del Paso. I see and just Jake moved and he ate all of that. Oh my god. All right, I gotta take these blind glasses off. They're gonna be headache.
Wait, so you're not blind?
I am not blind. It is totally just a gimmick. I like making fun of blind referees. I'm not making fun of blind people. Blind people are not the joke here. I feel bad for people that don't have vision. You are lacking a sense. I think it's amazing what anyone can achieve without a sense, a limb, sense. If you achieve more than the average human, you're amazing. You're amazing just living your normal day. However, I have no problem shitting on shitty referees who can't see shit.
That's right. Yeah, I always say if they had one more eye, they'd be Cyclopses.
Absolutely. Angel Hernandez, go die. That's terrible. I don't really need you to die, but just go away.
Oh, man. So, how long exactly have you been in the business? Because you said it was like your high school project. So, like, what year was that around roughly?
So my high school senior project, I graduated senior year 2003. Rio Mania 1 was my senior project. So about a year and a half there, and then again for about a year and a half, and then this year. So 4 years total in and out of the business of professional wrestling.
So was during that time that you were away, was that something that was kind of like on your mind and like calling you back? Because I know that you mentioned that Landon mentioned for you to start reffing. But was it like on your mind before Landon mentioned anything to you?
Every so often. In 2011, I was my heaviest. I was around 270. Yeah, 270 pounds. And I saw my doctor. I was complaining about pain in my hip. And he's all like, you have arthritis in the hip, either lose weight or get a hip replacement. And I'm like, LOL, American healthcare. I'm gonna lose weight. So I started training martial arts. That's when I signed up for kickboxing and jiu-jitsu at Uriah Faber's Ultimate Fitness. And it was always in the back of my mind of like getting back into pro wrestling, but I was like, I don't know why at the time, but I was like, that's just a chapter that's it felt like it passed. Like the industry left me behind. The industry had evolved. Even though I was at the time, I wasn't really aware what TWF is doing. Like this is going to give me so much hate, but I'm going to be honest. My fucking familiarity with the independent scene coming back into it last year was TWF was the guys. That's all I knew. All I knew was TWF. I found out about SPW because I went to a show once in 2017. But as far as I knew before that, it was just TWF.
Yeah.
Now, is that me being isolated in the bubble? Maybe. Is that lack of advertisement on other promotions? Also, maybe. Is that just being a reflection of the times and technology and everything be able to be narrowed and like you live in a bubble, like I said a minute? I don't know, but all I knew was TWF was it. So
yeah, that was kind of my experience. At least once I started getting more interested in indie wrestling, I'd see more promotion from TWF than other ones, like which rabbit holed me into Fighting Spirit and Next Level and there East Bay Pro Wrestling, like Hood Slam. Like there's so many fucking promotions out there.
Yeah, there's so many promotions, and I personally didn't know about it. Like my wrestling viewing growing up after TWF was like Ring of Honor, CZW, a bunch of Northeast indies, nothing local. Like I don't know if that's on me or the promoters or what, but like no local things made it into my feed. I was watching Northeast indie shit all the fucking time. Like I know of Christina Von Eerie from CZW, not from anything fucking local here. Like when I found out she was working TWF and working Next Level, I was like, holy shit, the CZW chick, oh my God. And now that's me because that's the bubble I'm probably in, or the lack of promotion on the promoters that are in the area.
Yeah. Well, I do feel like, and I'm sure I've mentioned it on the show before. I don't know, but it's like the Northeast and the kind of like Mid-South is like a mecca for wrestling. And like, I would personally like to see it like the West Coast and like Northeast to kind of, or not Northeast, Northwest to, kind of get elevated to that.
Yeah. Now that I know that there's a scene, which I would love to see it elevated, like, the biggest promotion I can think of right now that runs out here is West Coast Pro, and they booked Chris Hero's doing stuff with them, and that's a name from Northeast and Mid-South Indies going back to the early aughts. That's huge. I would love to see more Prestige as well. I think both those companies did stuff with DPW, which runs the East Coast. I would like to see the West Coast get more exposure because there's a plethora of talent out here. Of talent. And the early aughts were dominated by the Northeast, and still even to this point. I mean, I guess Ring of Honor is no longer independent since AEW owns them, but I mean, like, you hear about Beyond and like DPW. I hear about those promotions more than I do about Prestige or West Coast, which is I think that's absurd because they should be on the equal level.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Liam started this podcast with the hopes of just, sharing our love of wrestling and then, getting more into the independent pro wrestling side of things and shining a light, especially on this local scene here, like TWF, CWA, all these other companies. I think it was something that was missing that to give, wrestlers the talent, like a platform to promote themselves, to promote the shows, to engage more with the fans that are out there, that are out here. Because I don't think that it really existed before. Something like a promotion type thing with the podcast too.
Yeah, there's no like. You guys definitely found a niche market, for lack of a better term. I can't think of another NorCal indie podcast that's running right now. Like, you've found a niche market that has a demand, be it from those who are involved in it or those who come to just watch it. It is something that is not covered. Like I said, I hear more about the mainstream and then the Northeast indies in regards to wrestling news than I ever do about any West Coast indie or anything like that. It's very interesting to me, and that may just be because of the nature of the business. You know, the two big companies in this industry in our country are on the East Coast. They are based in the East Coast, so I don't know.
Time to grow it out here more.
Time to bring it to the West Coast, baby.
Yeah.
West Coast, best coast.
You.
So, Kyle, do you have any questions, sir?
Yeah. What's the? I wasn't gonna say. What's your favorite memory of wrestling in general? Like, we're talking. It could be WWE. It could be a show that you've worked. Do you have a favorite like core memory of wrestling?
I'll give you a couple. I'll give you one that made me very sad as a child. I'll give you my own favorite one, and I'll give you one from an actual experience of myself. So sure, we'll start with the child one. I was 6. It's WrestleMania 7. It is the Nasty Boys versus the Hart Foundation for the WWF Tag Team titles, and the Nasty Boys cheat like some motherfuckers to win the titles, and my ass started bawling like crazy. When I was upset, I was so mad. I don't know why, but the waterworks are coming out. I was just, screw the Nasty Boys, screw your Pity City, Hart Foundation for life. Dude, I was just heartbroken. It was real bad. I don't know why, but it just all the water. I was done. I was like, screw these guys.
It's real to me.
At 6 years old, it was still real to me. Damn it. So my next memory is a hilarious story of when I was living in Missouri. 1998 King of the Ring. It's September, so it's a couple months after the pay-per-view, and the VHS came out. I rent it from the VHS store. I rack up a couple late fees, take it back. Mom's mad. I rent it again, rack up a couple late fees. Mom's mad 3 times. I watched that show so much. I watched Mick Foley fly off that cell and get chokeslammed through that cell so much, and I was like, "This dude's the best ever." Yeah. Like, I don't give a shit about the Undertaker right now. Mick Foley's, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, pay this man all the money. Mark Calloway and Dwayne Johnson owe Mick Foley so much money for the shit they did to that guy.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Dude,
yeah,
fucking...
I got so many late fees from fucking just keeping that tape.
He said, "This is my tape. I'll pay."
You know, I know. I just fucking. I'm not taking it back. Fuck you. I'm fucking 14. I don't know any, or 13, 14. I don't know any fucking better. What are late fees? No, and then my favorite personal experience on a show was there's 2, and they both involve the guy who brought me back, Landon. There was 2007. This was December 2007. TWF ran a Royal Rumble match, but before it, they had Landon Ramos and Ashton, who basically looks like Ashton Kutcher, so that's why it was named Ashton. They had a ladder match for the TWF television title. We did the cheesiest ending of the fucking match. Landon ducks a chair shot, and I get hit. I fall over. Landon ends up climbing up to the top, pulls the TV title down. Ashton cuts him off, fucking DDTs him some shit. Shows me he has the title. I'm like, oh, ring the bell, blah, blah, blah. Like, stupid as hell. But right after that, we have intermission, and then Landon's ass comes out number 1 for a 20-man battle royal or a 20-man Royal Rumble. Jesus. So I tease him to this day. I'm like, you want that work? You want to put in a whole hour again, brother? You want to do that? The other one was when he won the belt, which paid off that story. The end of that Royal Rumble, he got screwed by G-Spot and Anthrax. They fucking ended up dumping him out. Anthrax won the title. A few months later, we finally pulled the trigger where Landon overcame the odds, hit him with a fucking Phoenix 630. Oh my God.
Holy
and
shit.
Then 1, 2, 3, he's the world champ. And the place popped. That was one of the coolest memories, is being there for that whole storyline from beginning to end.
Fuck yeah. Might have to check that one out on Pro Wrestling Plus.
That one's nuts. Yeah, if it's up on Pro Wrestling Plus, check it out, because he does. I want to say that December show, he did like 40 to 50 minutes of work, and then that March show where he wins the belt, they go about 20. So
Jesus,
they were putting in some work.
Putting in the hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like what trying to think of how to ask this. So like what do you hope for to see in like the indie scene around here like more often?
I want to see rabid crowds. Like I remember when I was watching ECW in 98, 99 and the fade in happens and there's just hundreds of people behind Joey Styles. ECW, and he's all, hello, I'm Joey Styles, and I was like, the goosebumps are coming while everyone's cheering in the back. Like, I want rabid crowds back. I want fans that are passionate. This might get me some hate too. Everyone knows what we do is quote unquote fake, but we love it. Fucking show me that you love this.
Yeah.
I want to hear that you love this. I want to know that you love this. I want to know that what we're doing brings you some joy for the 2 hours you're taking out of your life, spending your $15 to $20 to be distracted. I want to know that you're enjoying this and having a good time.
Hell yeah. No, it's definitely, I know Kyle and I enjoy it. Like it's always fun. And we've mentioned it before, is that you, or at least been mentioned on the show before, is that you do kind of, get a relationship with everyone. Like it's on a different level than, with like WWE or AEW. Oh,
absolutely. Like I met you guys, I met Randy, I met other people in the business that I never thought I would have met. It's definitely, indie wrestling is a community. Your word and your face does matter. It's helpful to be just respectful and just, care about everybody. It's not hard to care about everybody. Like there are people that I quote unquote disagree with or wouldn't see eye to eye with, but I still care about them because they're doing the same shit as us. They're risking their body. They're coming out and taking their time to put on a product that is, something for us. Or as a fan, you're coming out to cheer us. Like I appreciate that. Like, I don't know if he's in hot water right now or not, but Jay-Z said, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Liam, having started this podcast and stuff, going to shows, like I call it like it's a big family. Like you get, we get greeted by everybody, by all the guys, they ask us how we thought the match went and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's like, very passionate. Yeah, everybody that's involved in it wants to be involved in it and does it for a reason. And I think some of it is that camaraderie of, being with your people, I guess you'd say, like in a familiar spot to, like you said, distract yourself from your bills or, what I mean, like your problems.
Last weekend was Fall Mall at TWF in Manteca.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about that show, we teased Ferris Singh about being ring crew. Backstage the entire time. Trip Rogers like, go tell Paris, thank you for your service during ring crew. To everyone. So my favorite moment is just people going to him, hey, thank you for your ring crew service. Shaking his hand. Like that was great. I was loving it. Every time someone would go up to him, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Just have like a line of people just waiting to thank him.
Yep, it was great.
Oh man, that is funny. Just want to thank you for your service, Paris.
Yeah, thank you, Paris. Thank you.
Yeah,
for your real life service and your in-ring crew service.
Yes, sir.
Folded up the ring apron for you. Here you go.
Yeah. Good job. Good job.
Hell yeah. So, what's your favorite thing going on right now? Like as far as wrestling, like what you're doing, or like what's going on in wrestling as a whole?
Right now, in regards to myself, I'm kind of just trying to figure out, like, at next level, I'm eventually going to wrestle. My overall goal in TWF would be to wrestle on one half of the show under a mask and then ref on the other half. Next level, I'm eventually going to have to give up refereeing, which I do and don't want to do. But if I want to pursue this wrestling thing where I train, I'm going to have to give it up. That is just the nature of it. I still want to get booked as a referee outside. I like being a referee. I liken referees to being the drummers of a band. You're not there to be the star. You're not there to be influential, but you're there to keep a beat, and you're there to keep everybody else on track. Like, you are essential. You do matter. Don't think refs don't matter, because they are 100% important to the exact thing that we do every day. With that being said, though, my own personal goals, like I said, wrestle under a mask and then ref on the other half of the same show. Try to figure out my own character in regards to what I'm going to do. I have a couple ideas that are, one's a midlife drunk. The other one is basically Michael Douglas from Falling Down.
It's a great movie. I love that movie.
He's a piece of shit. He's not justified. Yeah. Keep that in mind. Anyone who says he's not, but it's still a great movie. Yeah. I might even like make a mix of the two, but that's what I'm personally working on. I love seeing more and more people go out to these shows. I love seeing different faces at these shows. I love that the community is expanding. I love that there's so many opportunities for people too. I think tonight, Ugly Dojo's running. We're running. I want to say there's at least another show that's running somewhere in the area. Tomorrow there's multiple shows. I want to say UGWA or whatever. I'm terrible at names, so please don't hate on me. I also, have smoked a lot of weed and have concussions, so memory is terrible for me. Please. With that being said, I like seeing the scene thriving. I want to see bigger crowds. I really would love to see those like rabid ECW ROH fans come to our shows and be like, TWF next level, whatever fucking Blacklist, CW, whatever fucking promotion I'm on. I want to hear them fucking chanting the fucking name of it, because I miss that shit.
Feel that. No, it's definitely and that's one of the things which segues me into. I got to talk to you, fucking Kyle.
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah. So you gotta talk to your fucking boy Camacho, man, because the fact that he's breaking in my house.
Broke in.
Yeah, dude. The guy had enough hubris to make a fucking video after breaking into my house, leaving some fucking hypodermic needles in the bathroom when I have kids around.
For what?
Hypodermic needles.
Yeah.
Like, I know Camacho's on the juice. Is that what you're talking?
Yeah.
Oh, so he left a mess or something, or what?
Yeah, he fucking left a mess.
So what? You owe him money, so.
So that justifies him breaking in my house?
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't even owe him money. I gave him 2 fucking joints. He's talking about his writer and shit. Anyway, you need to keep your fucking boy in check.
I feel like you no longer owe him money if he broke into your house.
Exactly.
I feel like that debt's null and void.
No. He still owed money, $450.
No, he asked for $450 to wrestle Barry Horowitz. Like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know.
I don't know. Maybe when we're done with this match or this episode, I'll collect it from you myself.
Well, you're gonna be waiting empty-handed.
Oh, we'll see.
Anyway, yeah, no, I got fucking problem. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm not a drama-filled person, but like, there's a certain line.
When did Turnbuckle tapes become the fucking Maury Povich show? Yeah.
No, we're not finding out who the fucking baby daddy is. I'm just.
Oh. That's so bad. That's so bad. That's the general accepted. You are not the father. Yeah, you got to take care of that kid on your own. Like holy shit.
Like what the fuck? It's like almost dystopian.
Dude, we live in real, like fucking A.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll watch it though.
Oh, humans are fucked. Exactly. We'll watch it. It's just like a death match.
Yes.
Good analogy.
Just like a death match.
I was a fan, but I think today I can't really watch it. It doesn't do anything for me the way that it did when I was younger. Yeah. I'd rather watch fucking Dean Malenko and fucking Rey Mysterio wrestle. You know, I don't need a death match.
I know when I get really depressed, I tend to end up watching more death matches than just like regular wrestling or something like that. Like if I'm in like a bad mood or things are bad, I'm like, oh, violence, yeah, fucking maybe
satiated.
Get the flaming glass plate out, paint out, and just murder him, yeah. Like I'm about it.
Break out the Jim Beam and the Nick Gage matches.
Dude, yeah, fucking, I'm gonna go through this tube, cut my shit open. I need a helicopter. I'm dead. Fuck.
Why are you watching 10 hours of Necro Butcher videos?
Dude, him versus Samoa Joe though, that match is awesome. Oh my god.
I do like Necro Butcher.
I do too, but he definitely is not exactly he definitely throws his bones. Listen. Oh, that's too funny. That's going way back. Holy shit.
I remember when I was younger, I used to watch the was it the Insane Clown Posse had their wrestling videos. They had the Stranglemania. It was like Japanese death matches that they just
it was just like a bunch of IWA or like FMW death matches that they just fucking did commentary over.
Yeah. It was like Cactus Jack. It was like Cactus Sack.
Yeah.
And you fucking try. Oh man, the commentary on those is fucking gold though. They are pretty funny.
That is one way I got into death matches was those fucking ICP tapes, and I was like, "What is this?" And then found out about like IWA King of the Death, where like they did the Funk Terry Funk match that's famous, and then went further back, saw the FMW Onita and Funk No War Brauer. So another goal of mine. This is actually a previous story that dates to TWF to why this is a goal of mine now in professional wrestling, since we're on said topic. I have a giant scar on my left leg from refereeing a death match in TWF in 2003. That shit still lights up bright red when I'm in the shower. Now that I'm training to be a professional wrestler, if I have a deathmatch scar from being a referee, I'd like to have one from being a wrestler. So I at least have to have one dumbass death match in my career if I ever, make it or get the call up or whatever, someone wants to do it with me. Tony Vargas often always brings it up. He's like, yeah, that's my deathmatch ref. Yeah, fuck, that's my guy. And I'm like, dude, you don't understand. We get in there, I might grab the skewers and just rub them on my fucking chest and then pass out. No, dude, that is a bucket list thing. Is to put that. If I get the call up and get the approval and make my way through and then get the opportunity, I would love to have one.
I know
I'm willing to die.
I know a masked wrestler that would probably oblige you, have a death match with you.
Oh shit!
He was pretty big in Japan back in the day.
Oh, we'll see if I make it. Right now I'm still just the ref.
Yeah. Well, I know a guy. I'm just saying.
I know. Okay, fair.
Knows a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah.
Knows guy.
He's like a stoner guy. He's got a weird gimmick. I don't know.
This whole personality.
Hey man, we might get along then. I don't know if I can have a death match with him. I am of the Kansas community. 10 minutes when I wake up, I'm hitting the vape pen. Like, I ain't gonna lie to kick it. I definitely like the marijuana.
Can't say that I hate it.
I'm definitely I'm different though. Like, all of my ex-girlfriends kind of like are astonished because I'm a functioning stoner, if you will. They'll be like, "What'd you do?" They'll be like, "I smoked 2 bowls, cleaned the house, meal prepped, fucking applied for jobs." Like, I did all this shit, and then played a little bit of video games when I was done. Whatever.
Definitely not having a boring day.
No, I'm definitely not the average stoner, or I'm like, I'm gonna get stoned and fucking knock out all these things instead of get stoned and just sit on my ass.
Yeah.
It's nice to be productive.
It is
nice to be productive.
Yeah, I like to partake and paint my little Warhammers.
Dude, that's got to be fun as hell. Just
it is.
And just zone out, just getting a little bit of painting in.
Oh yeah, give me a sativa and
in it
some Night Lords. You know what I mean?
Focused.
All in, laser focus. I'm locked in.
Locked in. Hell yeah. So I know you've mentioned before that you're a Warhammer fan, right? Dude,
not as heavy as Kyle, but I definitely have spent time playing the game, and definitely was more of an influence from my dad than it was like my own character trait, if you will.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Oh, if your dad was playing, he was playing like early editions, like.
So my dad was playing Mech Warrior before Warhammer 40K, and then got into Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
We're going way back now. And then while my dad was doing Warhammer stuff at the comic shops, this is 93, 94, I discovered Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
And that changed my life. In my early 20s, I tried to go pro at that and Texas No Limit Hold'em Poker. English.
Holy shit.
I ended up bankrupt.
Oh.
I don't advise trying to go pro at card games on a
same thing happened to me, but with Warhammer.
I mean,
it's expensive.
Dude, Warhammer's expensive.
Crazy expensive.
I financed a competitive career in cards on a credit card, and I don't advise doing that again. I was definitely, for lack of a better term, eyes on the stars, shooting high, not realizing, survivalist bias is a real thing in our society. And I was like, these guys can do it. I can too. Not realizing these guys also had a good paying job at the side while they were going pro at these things. So I just was all in, and idiot.
Do you still play Magic the Gathering?
Not as hardcore as I was. I play on basically what's their free to play format, which is Magic Arena. I'll log on, do my daily, and I'll log off. I do sometimes play with my friends every once in a while. Life is balance, in my opinion. And the biggest thing of balance for me is the weekends I won't have a show. If my friends are available to play Magic, like Thursday nights, the local hobby shop hosts the format we play. If I don't have a show that weekend and my friends are available, I will go play with them instead of go to training, because life is balance. But then other times they're like, "Hey, you gonna come out and play Magic?" I'm like, "No, I have a show this weekend. I'm going to training. Fuck you. I'm busy."
Yeah, fuck you. Fucking nerds.
Yeah, hey, fucking nerds. I got fucking wrestling to do. I gotta go be a fucking sweaty nerd elsewhere while you guys be fucking hard nerds out here. Like, we're all just fucking nerds, let's be fucking honest.
That's true.
But but the biggest thing is life is balance, and so I do play, but nowhere near like studying the meta game, being like, I need to know what the top deck is going into this tournament. The one thing that I do think Magic about hugely, and it compares to like combat sports and even in wrestling, is like styles make fights, and that applies to Magic too. Like, you think about MMA, or like wrestling, a striker versus a grappler is a real thing. You go to Magic, if two people show up with the same deck, they're gonna do the exact same thing, and the game's gonna go quick. While if someone shows up with a deck that's intended to win by turn 3 and a deck that's intended to like slow the game down to turn 11 or 12, that's where your styles make fights. That becomes your striker versus grappler kind of difference and stuff like that.
Definitely an Azorius player here.
Yeah, you blue white control motherfucker. I'm gonna draw on your turn. Leave everything untapped.
Starting the shit out of you.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm more of the slow down the game because I always hate playing against like red players and the green player, like the rapid growth and whatnot. Like then you get like the trample. I always hated going up against like those decks because it was if I can't fire anything off quick enough, then like.
My most successful tournaments were always playing Burn. Was always aggro, dedicated to getting the win by turn 4 to 5. That was the most time I had success. I don't know if that's just because of the play style that I became familiar with, or like the meta game at the time, or stuff like that. But my biggest success were always with like fast aggro decks. Control decks I had some success with, but never like top 8 at a tournament or anything like that with a control deck. While a Burn deck or aggro decks, I was able to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering. Never did like I did like local shops, but that was mainly when I was working at one of them. So I would always participate in the tournaments. It was convenient and, but yeah.
The biggest tournament I competed in a Magic tournament was probably about 3K in people total.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Grand Prix. I want to say Grand Prix San Jose in 2007. We had about 3,000 people there.
Holy shit. Yeah, those Grand Prix gets pretty crazy.
They are nuts. And I may be wrong about the number, to be honest with you. Like I said, a lot of concussions and weeds. So I definitely know it was 2007 San Jose, but the attendance may be wrong. But it's huge. There's a lot of people.
No, it's definitely still got that pretty dedicated fan base. But yeah. What was funny, kind of what's cool is that, Kyle and I have been playing Raw Deal.
Yeah. I saw when I walked in at Fall Mall, you guys were playing it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
That's like I grew up in a comic shop, and that's where the Warhammer came from. That's where like Magic came from. Do you remember Spellfire?
Yep.
Card game. We played that quite a bit. D&D, obviously. I think we played Vampire the Masquerade, the role playing game.
Did you ever play the werewolf card game Rage?
No.
Yeah, that's going way, way back.
Rage. No, we played there was the Star Wars trading card game. There was a Star Trek one.
Yep.
We played there was all kinds of stuff. But yeah, like that's where that all came from. Was it planted the seed of like for me for Warhammer because they like back then they all had their this is old school, like the pewter figures and stuff, the miniatures, and I was like, man, those are cool. Like, you guys suck at painting them, but like, they're cool looking. And then that planted the seed that I would eventually become. I would say I'm a pretty successful painter. People
are pretty fucking good at it.
I like that you saw something like, you guys fucking suck. I'm gonna show you better.
Yeah, now people have sought me out to paint for them and stuff. And my cousin who got me into it was like, will you paint my Iron Warriors? It's a cool feeling. I really enjoy it. And it is very zen when I get in the zone, like I said, paint.
Yeah, you gotta have super focus when you're painting like the small details.
Their faces? Yeah.
Yeah. Locked
in with my magnifying glass. I look like fucking Ichabod Crane from Sleepy Hollow with
light right on it. So you're like,
performance surgery.
Doing like holding my breath when you paint their eyes, like in between your heartbeat, so you're more steady.
Or like if you're someone that makes the custom models, you're over there like cutting part of the model off. Like, I need this arm. Oh my god.
yeah. Kit bashing them. Yeah. My cousin doesn't paint them, but he's really good at kit bashing them.
That's a skill too, like being able to take those things apart and put them back together in a different way. That's nuts.
Yeah, he's very good at that. Back to wrestling.
Yeah, does figured we talk a little nerd out.
I mean, I am a nerd. We're all nerds in wrestling. Anyone that says they're not a nerd in wrestling is fucking in self-denial. You're a nerd.
Yeah. I agree.
There is some nerdy aspect to, yes, the gimmicks, 100%. The fucking character, like
100%.
Like drama class, like drama nerds, like there's an aspect to that. You know what I mean? Character work.
In high school in Missouri, I was the only male in my drama class, and then I took drama class again when I moved out to California. So, fucking nerds.
Yeah, I think everybody in my drama class played Magic the Gathering.
That computes.
Makes sense.
Some sort of external game.
Yeah.
Good definitely good times. But what's been your favorite thing about training at Next Level? I know it's kind of like a hard segue, but we'll
make it work.
My favorite thing personally is watching everyone grow. That includes myself when I say everyone. I've been there for a year, and a year ago I couldn't do a lockup properly, and now I'm having practice matches. It's awesome to see, like, Judas Day. He started about a month after me, and he's already got the call up. He's already getting matches. He's already getting booked elsewhere. He's killing it. He's got a good look. He's athletic. He wants it. It's awesome to see our guys grow. Boat and Godfather as Swole have grown hugely. Shout out to Matt Freeman. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully everything's good there. I don't know the situation. I just know the show got canceled. I just hope he's fine. I don't know if this is breaking news to you guys or not, but
no.
Oh, you guys know Boat took the title?
Oh yeah. Well, I saw that Swole post a picture of him and Boat with the title.
Yeah, instead of like doing like a vacating the title or something, just they put it on Boat, which I think is a great thing because the kid is ready. And like Jake likes what they're doing together, so like it was a perfect. If Freeman's going to step aside, like I said, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully everything is good with him. Hopefully he can come back in some manner, be it wrestling, training, whatever. I don't know what's going on with him. I just wish the best for him.
Yeah, same.
We all do. He's a good friend of the show. He's
dude's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's taken us under his wing. We've spent time with him at the Dragon's Den, at the Freeman compound. He is an amazing man, and we wish him all the best with whatever is going on.
Same. When we're done with this, before we move on, I have a Freeman story to tell you about a live show between me and him, which is fucking hysterical. But Boat's come along huge. Swole's come along huge. There's this guy there named Don Too Flashy. We're trying to push him into being more of a heel because he seems like more of a natural heel than he is a face. It's nice to see these guys grow. It's nice to see, multiple different people come in and train us. Like I said, in my year I've been there, I've been under Flaco Loco taught a couple classes, Big Ugly taught a couple classes, Joe Gamble's taught a couple classes, Tony Vargas is our main trainer, Swole teaches some classes, Blacklight helps out as well. So we've got like a bunch of like experienced and yet new to the scene, but like well-oiled machines letting us know this knowledge. So the school's really good. I like it a lot. It's very close to me, which makes it super convenient. I'm 2 exits away. So it's literally like less than a 10-minute drive. Maybe 20 if traffic's crazy because the way Sacramento's freeway infrastructure is set up, especially the way I have to go, it's a nightmare. But it just works out well. And like I said, the biggest thing is seeing all those kids grow. Oh, I forgot. This dude named Eric Dennis. He's a tall guy who is getting a little bit of a vicious streak, and we're trying to push him to be more and more vicious, and he's trying to fucking break into that. With that being said, Freeman story time, though. We are going back to last December's TWF show at the Colonial. This was the period of time in which I had no contacts. My contacts had torn, and my order of contacts hadn't came back in yet. It is Freeman against, if I remember correctly, Aperitivo 209 at the December show. And they're fucking brawling on the outside, which is fine. I'm doing my fucking count and shit, right? 5, 6. I see Aperitivo rolling. I don't see Freeman rolling. 7, 8. I look at Aperitivo. I look back at Freeman. Freeman's tying his fucking shoe. I'm sitting there in my mind like, what the fuck? 9, 10, ring the bell. G-Spot's managing Freeman. G-Spot's looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing, Shawn? I was like, he didn't get in. He's like, yeah, he did. Freeman rolled in and I didn't fucking see it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
So I counted his ass out. Why, if you think kayfabe was, why would I, a referee, believe G-Spot, one of the biggest fucking heels of that company through ever?
Right.
Like, fuck you, I'm not believing. He didn't roll in. Place is fucking booing. I'm like, oh my God. I'm feeling so bad. For
You
like
fucked
20,
up.
yeah, dude. For like 20, 30 minutes, I can't find Freeman and Aperitivo to like apologize. I'm sitting there thinking in my head, those two are just fucking crazy. That fucking ref, fuck that piece of shit.
I can hear Freeman in my head. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Dude, yeah, that got fucking Freeman's awesome though. The fucking first night I met him, he was fucking awesome. I got to ref his match my first night back, and it was fucking rad. That dude clearly loves the business, loves combat sports, and is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. So fucking
No, he is.
Heal up, dude. Whatever's going on with you, we want you back. That's all.
Yes.
Much love, brother.
Yeah, that one match that he had with Paris Singh at the Fall Mall was.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't even know how we got busted open. All of a sudden.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Yeah, and then part of me was just like, holy shit, is this like, like it almost felt, yeah, it felt like.
Did they just say, fuck it, brother, we're gonna fucking swing?
Yeah, no, because like Paris, like, I remember like they were punching each other, and like Paris like fucking gave Matt a big fucking, I think it was a punch or a slap, but it was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I remember I was sitting by Jake, and then I looked at him and I pointed at my head. I was like, "Did Freeman get fucking busted open?" It's like, yeah, must have been like a kick or something. I think he took maybe.
Yeah, but like the way they were talking, it sounded like it was something routine, but I have no clue what hit him. But it was just like, whoop, the blood's out.
Yeah, probably a stray boot, maybe.
Probably like fucking fucking shoelaces grazed him and cut.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man. Yeah, that Fall Mall was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of what else. That was super fun show. Especially, I like that VFW in Manteca.
That's a nice hall.
That venue's perfect for like small independent wrestling. If you want like 100, 125 people, that's the perfect building for it. It's great. I love it. It was great, and people turn out normally pretty well at that show, and they're always receptive, which is always nice. So,
yeah. It was funny. I think it was like one of the owners. We were there, and then, you guys like books? Like, yeah, we like books. And he's like, we got some military books over here. So Kyle and I came up on some military books, like just whole like box load.
Oh yeah.
That's dope.
Somebody donated them, and they didn't have the space for them. He's like, "Oh, you guys take whatever you want." And I was like, "This guy." I was talking about Liam. I was like, "This guy was in the Navy," and he's like, "Oh, no shit." And then Liam took you took the naval books, right?
A bunch of the battleships and like the old subs.
Yeah, and I got a whole bunch of WW2 books, big history buff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I try to be a learned man.
A learned man?
Yeah.
A learned man.
Oh, man. Speaking of learned, I bring it up because this is another funny story from that show, from Fall Mall. I'm reffing Mika. I can't remember her last name. Mika and Mighty Myra's match.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't remember her last name offhand. But I'm reffing their match and she comes out. And the dude who's at like all the TWF shows, I can't remember. He wears the Batman mask. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jimmy points at her and she's like, your shoes. He's like, your shoes untied.
Oh yeah,
Look.
I remember.
Oh man. I walked up to her and I was like, need to beat the shit out of Myra in front of that kid. Straight up. I was like, that's your guy. And she didn't do it. And then when we went back to the stage and we were talking about a match, someone else mentioned the same thing. She's like, oh, that's what you meant. And I was like, yeah, you should have beat the dog shit out of her in front of him. Like, fucking, my shoes untied? Fuck you.
Yeah, I've didn't we run into him, Liam, at when we met Sting and Kevin Nash at the...
Oh, yeah. He was at StockmanCon.
Yeah, he's all over the place. We see him all the time.
Yeah, no, he's a cool dude.
He's a cool little dude, yeah, for sure.
He always brings his family and everything. It's like that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing with Rand Diesel. That dude travels everywhere.
Yep, I'll be seeing him tonight. He'll be booing me again. He loves to boo me. Oh my god, dude. All right, so god, dude, go watch any Next Level tape when I come out. Woo! Holy shit, they fucking hate me. Oh my god, I don't know if it's because of the other trainees in the crowd that are booing, or just like, am I that bad of a ref, or I have a hateable face, or what? But boo, fuck you, boo. Like one of my friends came out, and I didn't tell him that they booed the shit out of me. I didn't let him know. I was like, just come out to the show, come watch. So I come out, he's all clapping. He's the only one. Boo!
That's my buddy right there.
Yeah.
He's a respectable referee.
I get booed like crazy, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm getting a reaction. That's good. I'd rather get booed than people sitting on their hands and doing nothing. And I'm getting booed doing silly shit, just walking out to the ring going, I get booed. Great.
Boo this man.
I love booing. Yeah, that's my favorite part of a TWF show is booing you.
Dude, fucking boo me, please. Yeah. Like, if I would feel bad. They're like, and your referee of the match is Ref Shawn, and there's just crickets. I'd be like, fuck. Yeah. That would be, a little golf clap is at least a response. Like, it was Referee Shawn. Fuck.
Well, I guess I'll go home.
Yeah, fuck me. I mean, as a ref, I'm not supposed to get a reaction, but if I'm getting a reaction, thank fucking God it's not.
Yeah.
I love giving the refs hell. You know what I mean? It's part of the show. It's part of the show.
Yeah. It definitely is.
We are going to make errors. We're not going to see shit we're supposed to see. Hey,
this guy gonna fuck up now.
He's beating his ass behind you. I didn't see nothing. What? You're a liar. What are you talking about? My eyes didn't see it. It didn't happen. And
oh my god.
I hate that trope, and I still do it as a referee too. I didn't see nothing. It's not legal, but then the fucking heels do a blind tag behind you, and you're like, okay.
Tag.
Yeah.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, it's like, fuck.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
what would it... Go ahead, Kyle.
Oh, I was just going to say, talking to Liam, like, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we had a ref on the show? I was like, because they're just such, like you said, like, they're the drummer of the fucking, like, they're the backbone of a match with, like you said, not getting in the way, but they're still keeping the pace. They're equally as important, to the match as the wrestlers.
Absolutely. The biggest important thing I can tell you is, like, for refs and wrestlers is communicating from the back to the wrestlers. Jake doesn't do this so much because Jake's pretty good with the visual cues, and most of his wrestlers know to go about 8 to 10 minutes. Next level, though, we have walkies, and I'll get cues from the booker, be like, hey, you got 2 minutes left. And then, like, while they're working, I'll try to give me, like, all right, 2 minutes, fucking, all of a sudden I get to go home. They're not going to know that unless I'm there. Yeah. If I'm not telling them that their time's coming up, they're not going to know. They're just going to keep working. They may look at me and be like, hey, how much time do we have left? And I'll be like, how much time do we have left? Fucking 2, 3 minutes? 3 minutes? You have 3 minutes. Like, they don't know. There's no, you can try to have an internal clock, which is something I'm working on, trying to like remember basically pacing in time. And I'm getting better at that. Like, we had a seminar with the stoners, and I was refereeing one of the drills, and they were going a little long. I was like, boys, you need to wrap it up. And then after we were done the drill, the stoner brother comes up and he's like, how did you know to wrap it up? I was like, I just had a feeling. He's like, yeah, you were about right. There was 30 seconds left. I was like, holy shit. All right, cool. Nice.
So what would you say are like, well, I guess that would be giving away too much, but I was going to say, like, what sort of cues do you think, like, what do you feel like sets that internal clock?
Reps, doing it over and over and over and over again. If we went back 10 months ago, I couldn't tell you what 5 minutes was in a wrestling match. Well, now I can be like, we're about 5 minutes. That matters. Clear communication as a ref matters too. Be open, upfront. But before the matches start, go talk to your people that you're working with. Go find out what they have planned. Go find out what they're doing. Communicate other plans too. Like, I ran into this issue at Next Level. Next Level does their shows as TV tapings. So all the matches tonight will end up being 4 different episodes of television, which is okay in regards to move sets. So like if I have 3 matches on block A, you can do everything here. And then block B, I can do the same shit you just did in block B because it's a different episode.
Yeah.
However, if both the matches are happening on block A, match 3 is like, we're going to go home with a lariat, and match home goes home with a lariat. Like, hey guys, they just finished with the lariat. You sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
Like, communicating that to them is huge. Like we talked about, being a drummer, being the beat, being there for them, checking on them, grabbing the hand, giving the Iggy, making sure no one's hurt, is huge. There's a couple of times I've been scared. I fucked up a count one time because I was so scared of someone hitting their head very hard. That's on me. I should have just counted and then checked on them, but I started the count and then checked on them and then finished the count. Still, they're humans. I was concerned.
Understandable.
Yeah, we're all going to make errors. Wrestling's weird in regards to how you should and shouldn't do things, but human health is priority number 1 for me. There was another time recently at Next Level where I wasn't sure how good someone was working me, and I threw up the X after a fireball spot because it's fucking fire.
Yeah.
And I smell sulfur. Now, sure, the guy was fine, but I'm sitting here thinking, I can't tell if you're working me. I'm not going to ask you if you're working me right in front of people.
Yeah.
This is fire. Fuck me. And I kind of put it up like unsure. I'm like, I don't know. But just to make sure the back knew, like, send somebody else out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need some assistance here to make sure this man is okay.
It's understandable. And even if he was okay, it kind of builds the tension more, I feel like.
That's exactly the payoff. Was it built the tension? Like later on in the night, that same show, when we were packing, like, someone was like, I heard one of the fans like, all the ref put up the X, it must be serious. So it literally, even though like the X wasn't necessary, I worked a smart fan by throwing up the X unsure. Like, I was like, I fucking don't know, dude. Fucking come help me. That guy got worked because of it.
Hell yeah. Nah, I mean, I can definitely understand. Like, I feel like that's something you don't want to like abuse too much because, you know, but I mean, that seems like a more of a serendipitous, you know, situation.
Oh, for sure. That was definitely like, we lucked into that. Like, me being concerned and just throwing up the X for his health was, in my opinion, still the right call, even if he was okay, just because fucking fire and health.
Yep. It seems like it worked out for the better.
Oh, it did.
Hell yeah.
I would like to ask a question here. Do you have any refs in the business that you look up to?
So back in the day, before he became famous, I watched the shit out of Bryce Rensburg and Shikara. Like, if you go watch that ladder match between Ashton and Landon I told you guys about from 2007, You could see me emulating Bryce Remsburg when they like fucking take bumps and shit. Like Ashton gives Landon a package pile driver onto a ladder, and I'm all like, "Whoa!" running to go check on him and shit.
Oh my god!
I'm over animated, like, "Oh my god, they're dead!" Just running to go check on him. I was like, Jesus Christ. So back in the day was Bryce Remsburg. I watched a lot of Earl Hebner growing up because I'm a child of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Also Nick Patrick because he was the NWO referee. I do find it important as a referee to watch referees, because emulation does help. Right?
Makes sense.
You can learn just by emulating as well. My favorite ref of all time is not a professional wrestling ref. It's an MMA ref. I love Herb Dean, except for the fact he'll do this. All right, you took like 8 punches. Are you sure? Okay, now we'll end the fight. Mario Amasaki was also real bad about letting people just fucking take unanswered shots. Like, end the fight. Holy shit.
Watching a borderline murder.
John McCarthy, actually, probably more than Herb Dean for me. Watching all those old UFCs,
the
like
old
Keith
school,
Hackney and Joe Son, where Keith Hackney just punched the shit out of the dude in the nuts, and then I can't remember who it was. I want to did the crucifix elbows, and he just repeated them until he knocked him out. Fucking nuts.
Not sure.
Yeah, that's old. That's like I'm talking like UFC 3, 4, 5, like way back in the day, like old shit.
I used to rent those from the video store as well.
Same.
Yeah. Tank Abbott.
Yo, dude,
I
can you
remember
believe Tank Abbott? WCW wanted Tank Abbott to take singing lessons and be part of 3 Count.
Jesus,
let's try to forget about 3 Count,
dude. I want to know what drugs they were on to have that idea. That's more of like, what were you guys? Holy shit!
WCW is, I don't know. It was like the Wild West sometimes.
The late 2000, the late 90s, 2000. Yeah, wild first.
I'm talking the early 90s too, when they were doing like we covered like the uncensored pay-per-views, like 95.
Yeah, 95.
The triple cage with Hogan and Savage against like 9 dudes, and they win for some reason. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was. I think they were trying to bite off the ECW kind of stuff. I think Kevin Sullivan probably had a part in that, but
probably.
It was crazy.
Fucking Nasty Boys and Harlem Heat.
The Great Oz, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the Yeti.
They're
Glacier.
Dude,
you shut your mouth about Glacier.
Worked though. That was right place, right time. Mortal Kombat was so fucking fire at that time.
It was.
I was like, this is a trailer for like the live action Mortal when they were like teasing him.
Fucking
this is like
that's what I thought too.
Yeah, it's like they're gonna make a Mortal Kombat TV show. What?
Fuck.
Having color coded fucking ninjas coming out and shit.
Hell yeah. Do you guys remember WMAC Masters?
Yes.
So it's literally martial arts meets pro wrestling. Like they would have like simulated martial arts fights that would be booked with winners and losers, and they'd have like championships and stories and shit like that. It was fucking great.
Welcome to WMAC Masters.
Dude. I missed
there was
that.
Like the
dude that show would be awesome.
Yeah. There was like the Liu Kang looking guy.
Yeah, like literally
it
was Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and pro wrestling mixed into a half-hour kids show. It's fucking great.
That sounds pretty dope.
You got to look that up, Liam. You would
like that.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out. Because I've watched like the old UFCs like a long time ago, but it was when I was still in the Navy, so it was like 2000, like early 2000s. So it's like 20 fucking years ago for me.
So you were watching like that's when like Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner were like on the rise of like the Ultimate Fighter and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I actually prefer the single discipline against like other disciplines. Like kind of gives like a blood sport vibe.
You mean like the old tournaments where like here's the sumo wrestler, here's the karate fighter, here's the jiu-jitsu fighter, yeah.
Here's Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, he comes in with the 2x4.
Nothing to do with martial arts. I don't know.
Dude, fucking him versus Hoist Gracie. He just fucking swings the thing out and Hoist takes him down.
USA.
Hey, USA.
I don't believe in geese in the USA.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. That's hilarious. I want that now. Fucking someone book 420 booking. Fucking 2024 Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Hoist Gracie, shoot fight.
To make it happen.
I'm going to hell.
I want to see that match. So
Me too.
I do want to see that. I'll have to
boot up Fire Pro Wrestling and book it.
Oh.
I have to do a create a wrestler situation.
Let's top 5 favorite pro wrestlers in the big leagues.
God. All right, all time?
Yeah.
All time. Number 1.
I give 5 because three's kind of hard. 5 give you a little wiggle room.
Number 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Product of the Attitude Era. Gonna delve a little bit into my history here as a person. At the time, my mom was very religious, and Austin 316 was anti-religion, and that just spoke to me. You know, him being able to beat up his boss. Who doesn't relate to that? Like, fuck yeah. My shitty boss, like, fuck you for real.
Had some of those.
He did, however, I brought this up in class a couple weeks ago. He did, however, kind of ruin a generation of aspiring pro wrestlers, because in pro wrestling class, in baby faces, you don't really do strikes until near the end of the match. You're not really supposed to punch. Austin, come out. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm a baby face. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. So we kind of like ruined like a generation of like up and coming wrestlers. Like everyone's like, well, I'm a face. Why wouldn't I beat the shit out of him? Fuck. Number 2 for me is Kenta Kobashi. I got big into Puro right after I graduated high school because I actually had my own job, my own money, and found out what the internet was. And that's how I found out about like Ring of Honor. And then through that, I found out about New Japan and All Japan and Pro Wrestling Noah. And Noah ran on 3/1/2003 Misawa and Kobashi for the GHC title, and that's when Kobashi won the belt. And I just stood there stunned. I had no idea what the King's Road style was. I had no idea about like fucking backdrop drivers on the head and taking chops and sitting there exchanging, and then like the fucking spot where Misawa gives fucking Kobashi a fucking tiger suplex off the ramp to the floor. I was like, what the fuck is this? And their whole style is just, it's completely brutal and completely like compelling. Is it safe? Probably not, because they're dropping each other on their heads. Was it fucking amazing to watch? Absolutely. Am I inspired by it? Yes. Number three, and because this gets into the deathmatch subject, and I know people like him, people don't like him, but Nick Gage. Nick Gage for me, in 2018, I was living in Alabama. And my girlfriend and I at the time were breaking up, and I was going to move back here to California. And when I'm depressed, I really get into deathmatch wrestling. Nick Gage was booked against David Arquette in a death match, and I was
I've watched that.
What the fuck is this? Like, I knew who Nick Gage was before I've watched CCW. I knew of the Tournament of Death, but I was like, what the fuck is this? And I just watched his aura at that time. In 2018, 2019 GCW, Nick Gage reminded me of like 2002, 2003 Samoa Joe in Ring of Honor. Like, the people were like, that's our fucking guy. This is our guy. Fuck everybody else. This is the man. Which my number 4 is Samoa Joe. We'll get to in a minute. But like, he had that aura of this is the fucking guy. And then I got to see him live. I got to see him against Jimmy Havoc down in LA in 2019. GCW booked Masato Tanaka, and that was the main reason I went to go see Masato Tanaka live. That was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
I got a mark picture with him and fucking GCW fucking what's the word? carnied me and got fucking double money out of the mark picture for me and my friend. But whatever, it's wrestling. It's fucking carny business. Fuckers. True. But I saw him and Jimmy Havoc, and that was awesome. And at the time, I was really depressed. And deathmatch wrestling did help me get out of my depression. I do know, like, when I'm depressed, I watch more, but it does help me get out of it. And so that was a big thing. I'm asthmatic. I'm going to have to take a hit of the vape, as they say.
Yeah.
It that shit, blaze it.
Blaze it, 420, blaze it. Blaze it, blaze. So number 4, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, it was a big Ring of Honor guy in right after I graduated high school. Joe was the guy. Joe felt legitimate. Everything he did looked like it was fucking real, especially at that time. Like you could have told me he could have fought shoe fighters at the time, and I would like he'd at least compete. Would he win? Maybe not, but he'd at least be a competitive fucking guy. Like, everything about him screamed real. Everything about him screamed, I'm the ass kicker. I'm the bad motherfucker. I walk the walk. I talk the talk. I'm the world champion for 600 fucking days for a fucking reason. That dude was awesome. His fucking matches with Punk, the trilogy they had where they did the 2-time limit draws and then he wins the third. Fantastic. I hated when they jobbed him out to Austin Aries. I was like, fuck this guy for real. Number 5. Number 5 is a cut, a kind of a deeper cut to the mid 2000s indies, and that guy is Larry Sweeney. Sweet and sour Larry Sweeney. He was predominantly in Shikara, and he was a manager in the Ring of Honor. He managed the Kings of Wrestling, Claudio Castagnoli and Chris Hero. The reason why he's one of my favorites, he's one of the most charismatic people I've ever seen in the ring. He come out to more by his fucking 70s pop group that he's a feather boa coming out dancing. I'm better than you. I fucking know I'm the shit. I'm the IWA Texarkana champion. My drip is better than yours. I'm gonna show you why I'm better. He reeked of like 1970s wrestling in 2020 in the mid 2000s, and he just excelled. And he was hilarious. Everything about him I wanted to watch. Everything about him made me laugh. I was sad when he passed away. Unfortunately, he passed away from suicide. Mental health is real. If you need help, please seek it. But fucking love that guy. And it's not even because of any of his like actual in-ring work. It's his character work. It's his how he interacts with the crowd. It's how he knows to piss people off. At the Ring of Honor show I went to in 2007 in San Francisco, the main event was Jay Briscoe and Nigel McGuinness for the world title, but they opened with Chris Hero and Larry Sweeney. Chris Hero and Human Tornado. Larry Sweeney was his manager. I was just talking shit to Larry Sweeney. I was like, Larry, they spent fucking money on you. And he's like, yeah, you spent money to be here, you mark. And then he turns right around back to the ring. That's funny. Told Adam Pearce he sucks. Your mom sucks.
Yeah, I want to say too, yes, mental health is real. I lost my older brother to suicide. So yes, it's a very real thing. Please seek out help.
Yeah, if you need, I am someone who deals with depression. I've been in and out of therapy my entire life. If you are someone who is struggling, please seek out help. Mental health is real and should be addressed. Just like anything else. You take your car to the fucking mechanic when it's not working. Cool. You take your body. You know, my arm's broken. I need to go see a doctor. Same with your brain.
Yeah.
Same with your mental health.
No, it's definitely crucial.
Yeah, I watched. I know I bring it up a lot, but I watched The Wrestler, or not the Iron Claw. That movie. If anybody wants to understand me and what I've been through, watch that movie.
I mean, you can sadly make the same argument with The Wrestler because the way that movie ends. Like,
yeah.
Holy shit! Both of like fucking shit's real. Seek help. I'm sorry for anyone who's been through it or felt the results of it. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Fucking shit's rough.
Yeah. I try to make myself available to anybody going through depression or anything to to be there, to be a consoling arm, a shoulder to cry on. Please reach out.
That's all you can do. I got one of my best friends is going through a brutal divorce right now, and there's times where I'm like, I'm fucking tired, but I'll see him call and I'll answer his phone, or I'll be like, dude, hold on, let me fucking get my shit together. I'll be over there in 20 minutes, and you can cry on my shoulder. Fuck, I don't give a shit. Yeah. Let's keep you here. Let's keep you okay.
We'll watch some death matches and get through it.
He doesn't like pro wrestling. I wish he'd fuck. I'm like, we're fucking watching Tournament of Death.
Give me Dick Gage versus David Arquette.
I should probably put him onto like some comedy matches. So I'd probably show him like WLC or like fucking. So this is a deep cut. I've been watching a lot of Dragon Gate back in the day from the early 2000s. There's a team called the Florida Brothers. Comedy as fuck. They do like the fucking Eddie Guerrero, like throw the chair, be dead. There's one of my favorite spots they do is they'll make an imaginary door. They'll be like, they'll whip somebody in the ropes. They'll be like, stop. They'll sit there and celebrate like they've done something. While the other guy will open the door, slap the shit out of him. He'll close the door. So when the Florida Brothers go to after him, they just run right into the door. That shit I love. I love stupid comedy wrestling like that. So if I ever suggest wrestling, I should probably show them that stuff, not the deathmatch stuff.
You should wrestling show them the Invisible Man and Invisible Stan.
Dude, Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan is fucking great. I love that match.
I love the fact that when they pretended to get, or when he got thrown off the balcony, like you see everyone from the crowd like fall back, dude. Like, yep. So fucking funny.
You unlocked a memory of that GCW show I went to. They did a match with can't remember. He's the Japanese comedy guy. He's got a pink mask. I can't remember his name offhand. He's been around for fucking Esteban or something like that. Can't remember his name offhand. It's killing me that Kitakaru, I think is what he calls himself now. But anyways, they did a match with him and the Invisible Man. And I felt so bad for the guy that had to do the Invisible Man gimmick. The way we were sitting in front row and we could see under the ring. And I could see this guy just pulling a cord and the table's not fucking breaking. He's just over there like frantically like, fuck. And then the table's just like upright, like, I'm not moving.
Fuck you.
That's
I love the way that wrestling like lends itself to comedies like so well. Like even in the big leagues, even in indie league, like there's always room for like some humor, whether it be like the trash talking or like a funny gimmick, a funny little spot in a match. It's always it fits so well.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's so much room that you can do funny stuff with professional wrestling. Like to give you guys an example of a comedy match I worked on recently in training, we basically two guys and I basically had an episode of Boondocks as a professional wrestling match. Like it was great. We circled up and they're like, "Oh, there's a white boy at the cookout," and they beat the shit out of me. I'm over there like, "I'm voting for Barack. I'm voting for Kamala." Bop, bop, bop.
That's funny. Comedy definitely has its place in wrestling.
I like, speaking of comedy and wrestling, I like, one of my favorites to watch is CJ work. Hey, ref, check the mullet.
Check my mullet.
Check my mullet. Dude, that guy gets it. All right, so the first time I met that guy was when I went out to see Landon's return match at Rio Mania 20. He worked, and I was like, "Who is this guy's fucking great? He gets his gimmick. He's fucking." What sucks for CJ, and I say this lovingly, he can't be a body guy. He cannot turn himself into a body guy with that gimmick. He has to stay a little portly.
Yeah,
like his gimmick, he cannot become a body guy, but it's perfect. Fucking, who else is a Mexican redneck on the indies? I can't think of a fucking another one. Fucking after his match, after the intermission, dude's fucking walking around. I'm like, "Great match." He's like, "Yeah, CJ Dirt on socials. Nice to meet you." I'm like, this guy fucking gets it.
No, he was one of the first ones that kind of like he caught my attention when I went to my first TWF match. And like, yeah, the character is just so fucking well done.
That guy just fucking gets pro wrestling.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. we've hung out with him. We spent some time with him. He's very. I would say he's like kind of quiet, but he's like once you get him to open up, he's funny as shit, dude. Like I think he showed me a video of you guys on the way to the show with the kids on the bikes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. So I picked him up, and I'm going to pick up Mo, the other ref, and there's just it had to have been like 40, 50 kids. I know the camera didn't catch them all, but I was like, holy shit. And so he just starts filming, and I was like, this is perfect.
They're surrounding us.
They were passing us. It was bad.
Lock the doors.
It's fucking
So
terrible.
you guys get passed by the buttercream gang on the bikes?
Fucking pretty much. Like these 15-year-olds are passing us like, cool, I can't fucking go faster. If I go faster, I hit you. So that's not a good idea.
Don't want to run over the bikies.
You know, life is, accepting consequences, and I don't want to pay the consequences for that action.
Very, very, very true.
I'm good.
Oh man.
I also like his the beef stick gimmick that he does.
Dude, okay, so he had me try one of those fucking Dr. Pepper fucking things. Those are nasty.
Yeah, I tried one too. Yeah.
Dude, those were so gross.
Wait, so it was a Dr. Pepper flavored
beef stick? Yeah.
Like a Slim Jim type. Yeah.
Yeah, it was disgusting. Yeah, it was nasty. But I think he got him pretty cheap, so he has so many of them where he's just sitting on him now.
He's like, he's
like, I gotta use these damn things.
Going to Costco, getting them in bulk.
Oh God.
I want a used one.
Ew.
What? It's still good. It's in the wrapper.
Okay, I see what you mean. I was thinking like out of the wrap. I was like, ew.
Pulling in it. Oh, God.
I thought something completely different. Okay, so speaking of mishearing things, I was with my personal trainer the other day. I was like, what are you doing this weekend? He's like, I'm going to a costume party. I'm going to be the water boy. I heard I'm getting waterboarded.
Oh.
And I just looked at him. I was like, the fuck is wrong with you? And he's looking at me like, is the water boy canceled? Did I do something wrong? Should I not be the water boy? And I was like, you're going to go get waterboarded tonight. That's what you're doing. That's what the cool kids do nowadays. I mean, I'm not here to king shame, but I don't know about this one, brother. Waterboarding. Oof.
Do a little war crime.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Breaking some
war crimes?
It's only a war crime the first time.
Yeah. I signed my consent form.
I'm willingly participating in this.
Exactly. That's what I was like. I was so confused. I was like, you are getting willingly what I am lost.
Hey, he's for it.
And apparently, whatever, man. All right, so wrestling question for you, since you guys have asked me a lot of wrestling questions.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite thing about the business, and what's your least favorite thing about the business?
Let me answer for Liam. His least favorite thing is women's wrestling. I don't know where that came from. I really respect women in the business. I don't think that Liam does.
Okay.
And my favorite thing about the business is watching. I love indie shows. I love the intimacy. I love the camaraderie. I love the family aspect, like I've mentioned. I like watching the talent. I like watching them grow. Going from show to show, seeing people's in-ring ability progress. I love watching the whole like promotion progress. Like, I think it's so cool from for TWF to go from the backyard shows to having their own streaming service. Like putting more eyes on the product, and like that's really cool to see. I like the big guys too. I was a WCW guy. I hated to see it end the way that it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
But I'm a sucker for, like, you know, the people, the struggle, you know, like coming up in the business, like the sacrifices and stuff that people make to go out and give a good show, the sacrifices to their body, to their, you know, their health. It does mean a lot to me, because I am such a big fan, and that's my favorite, you know, thing about wrestling is just watching the growth.
What's the thing you don't like about it?
That I don't like about it?
Are you going to say women's wrestling?
No, I love women's wrestling. I am
the ball was there. I'm sorry. The fastball was there. I took the swing. I apologize.
I am a big Christina Von Eerie fan. I like watching Mighty Myra. I just, there's so much talent in the independent scene, women's wrestling wise. And then, you know, in the big leagues, you know, I like mommy, you know what I mean? But something that I don't like about wrestling is poor booking. AEW, I'm looking at you. Yeah. It's Tony Khan playing with his action figures, pretty much, it seems to me. Remember in Spaceballs when they're like, oh, now Keith.
Yeah.
That's the whole vibe I get from AEW. It started off great. I really liked what they were doing. Now I will watch it, but I will, like, fast forward to shit that I don't care about.
I joke about their booking is like he doesn't remember what universe mode he booted up.
Yeah, multiple save files. Yeah, I think like a prime example for that is like, especially one that they were working on for like such a long time was like the Adam Cole and MJF storyline with, like, you know, them attacking MJF and then you finding out it's Adam Cole. Adam Cole's the heel, but now all of a sudden, like, it's switched. It's just, I don't know. It's like, it doesn't make sense on some of the storylines. And yeah, I think booting it up on a different Universal.
That's the best way I can make like a comparison to like what I feel like their booking is. Because Kyle, you were saying it perfectly. Like, it's like they fucking just forget what they were doing and just fucking go again.
Yeah, it literally sometimes is painful to watch because you know that the talent that they have is great. Like,
their roster is absurd. Like the talent rosters right now are crazy. Like, plethora of talent in the mainstream right now.
No, there is.
What about you, Liam? What's
women's wrestling?
Since Kyle spoke for me on things that I don't like, the thing that I do like about wrestling is the storytelling aspect of it, and I think there is a lot of things that we as humans gravitate towards. Like look at like the old Coliseum days where, you know, we like, it's like embedded in our DNA, but now you just have the element of storytelling, and now, you know, you have the element of, you know, kind of flashiness instead of, you know, you have different varieties of like wrestling techniques. You have like, you know, your strikers, grapplers, your more technicals, you know, big guys, cruiserweights, like all sorts of different things. And like, kind of like what we touched on earlier is that like certain aspects of those chemicals, if you will, like going against each other makes for good storytelling. And that's one of the things that I love about it is, you know, like it makes you feel, it makes you, you know, cheer somebody on, because a lot of things, you know, triumph and, you know, the struggle of whatever everyone's going through is like pretty universal.
You touched on something very, very, very close to like a core human thing that I think still relates. You touched the whole like the back in the ancient Greek days, the Colosseum and stuff like that, and that still applies. Like, what I mean by this is like, what was the most famous film genre over the last 15 years? Superhero movies. What are they about? Conflict.
Worldly conflict.
Yeah, it's conflict. Like Coliseum's conflict. Humans are drawn to conflict. Humans, for a good or bad reason, want winners and losers. Survival biases, I think humans promote. There's a trillion pro wrestlers. There's only one Dwayne The Rock Johnson. There will only ever be one Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But everyone thinks about, you're going to be, or you're going to try to be a pro wrestler. You're going to become Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
But that's the survivalist bias people think. Like, you're trying to be that guy.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be my own person.
Humans are interesting, to say the least.
We are. No, I would agree with that. But yeah. No, it's a beautiful art form. It's a brutal art form. I think it's,
Yeah,
like,
I will never be
universal.
100%. I will never be 100% physically again. The time I continue to, even as a referee, I'll never be 100% again. Not Fall Mall, but the show before, Port City Showdown for TWF.
Yes.
Okay, so that night during the Torch and Trip Rogers match, I smacked the shit out of my knee getting back into the ring, just on the ring frame. Didn't hit the poles, didn't hit the boards or anything. Smacked the shit out of my knee. It swelled up the entire drive home. When I got home, I couldn't walk. I was hobbling around the whole time. It's finally just now not swollen. Like, it's finally back to normal size, and it's been, a month and a half now?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Like, at wrestling, you're going to incur injuries. You're doing a physical thing. You're never going to be 100% again. I took a DDT in practice on Tuesday, and it took till Thursday for the pain in my neck to go away. Just from a simple DDT.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Was it the Port City Showdown, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good show. I had a good time there. I remember sitting there, because I was there early. I helped set up the ring and everything. And I was sitting there just hanging out. And then I was watching, everybody do their thing. Everybody slowly start to trickle in. And then here come Trip Rogers with these. He just hands me a piece of paper with a QR code on it. And he's like, I just wanted to hand you one personally. And he's like, I printed them out at work, but the printer ran out of ink. But I went and scanned it. I was like, what is this? Like, fucking nude picture or something? You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
And I scanned it, and it's a big picture of him. It's not a onesie. I thought that was very clever. And then he just passed them out along the seats for people to find.
That's smart.
Yeah. But I think that might be the probably the end of it for the episode.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate your guys' time.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you, Shawn. It's a lot of fun to have you on here. And
thanks for having me. This was fun. I definitely appreciate it. I definitely love this silly industry we find ourselves in. I love combat sports, so it kind of easily gets, it's fun times. I'm having the time of my life, and a year and a half ago, if I told you I would have been here, I would have laughed in your face. So it's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's been, it's been nice to meet you, especially when we met at the Bacon Fest. I feel like we all kind of jived really quickly.
Dude, you guys are awesome. Thank you for everything you do. The show, coming out, just being cool guys, just being willing to talk, and we much appreciate to everything you two do. Thank you.
I would appreciate that.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah,
we value your time. We value what you do. I will for sure be booing you at the next show. Maybe I'll bring a sign,
Fuck Shawn for
sucks.
real.
Yeah. Shittiest ref in the business. Yeah. No, thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you both so very much. This was fun.
Yeah,
thank you.
No, it was fun. And thank you for listening. Make sure to check out Pro Wrestling Plus TV if you want to watch old TWF action and current ones, because I know that they've been putting up stuff up there for free as well. I
think they just put up the Port City Showdown.
Yeah, they just put up Port City Showdown.
He's working on Fall Mall right now. Port City Showdown is up. I accidentally fucked up a little bit on the Port City or the Fall Mall. I'll tell you guys a little bit. So
yeah, I know of what you're speaking. Yeah.
Oh, you know the story?
I think so.
Swole asked me to film his match, and he's like, "Go ahead and do commentary." So I'm doing commentary as match. Christian Black comes in. We don't realize we're right by the hard cam.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep. I was right by Jake, and he had to go fix.
Well, no, that's a different story. The hard cam got bumped. That was I gotta go to the bathroom. The hard cam got bumped. I was sitting next to the hard cam doing commentary, so his camera picked up all of my commentary for Swole.
Oh.
The bumping of the hard cam was a different story. It was like, oh shit.
Oops.
He messaged me. He's like, "Did you do commentary at Swole's video?" I was like, "Oh, dude, was I near the hard cam? Oh God, I'm so sorry." Thankfully, Jake was like, "At least your commentary was good, but fuck."
Yeah. I watched the clip of it. I think Swole posted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's kill a little time till Liam returns. Man, we had Swole on. What a cool dude. What a cool story that him and Noah have.
For real. Those guys are awesome.
That is, I was bullshitting him with him after the fall mall, walking to the car and stuff. It's such a cool, a father and son team. It hasn't been done in a long time, and just a really cool vibe that I get from those guys. Swole is so nice. Noah's really cool. I like watching him grow. Like, that's what I was talking about, watching the talent grow, and just their love of wrestling, bringing them together.
That kid is so good.
Nice, super talented.
He's in my head, he's years ahead of what he thinks he's doing.
Oh, he absolutely is years ahead of where he thinks he is. He totally is.
Yeah. Everything come out okay, Liam?
Yeah, duty called.
Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, nature called, I guess. So how to answer it.
Yeah. Nature is calling me soon, so I should probably wrap up.
Wrap this shit up, Liam.
Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Time to take it home. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, thank you, Shawn, for coming on, having some fun times with us. And thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, all the content. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And we will catch you on the next one.